Number 1. Everything you have ever wanted is sitting on the other side of fear. George Adair, you won't achieve your goals in life if you don't face and conquer your anxieties. Face your concerns and persevere. It will all be worth it in the end. Number 2. Nothing in life is to be feared, it is only to be understood. Now is the time to understand more, so that we may fear less. Marie Curie, when something makes you terrified, it's because you don't fully comprehend it. To overcome your worries, spend some time learning about the things you don't understand. Try to analyze things with an open mind, and you'll get over your worries even faster. Number 3. Fears are educated into us, and can, if we wish, be educated out. Carl H. Menninger, you may occasionally come to learn to be terrified of anything, but you can overcome it. Find out more about your fear and make an effort to comprehend it. You will then realize that the fear no longer controls or inhibits you. Number 4. Fear and anxiety many times indicates that we are moving in a positive direction, out of the safe confines of our comfort zone, and in the direction of our true purpose. Charles F. Glassman. Keep in mind that when you feel scared, you are usually on the right track. Though stepping outside of your comfort zone is bound to make you feel afraid, realize that doing so will help you advance. You can live the life that is intended for you by venturing outside of your comfort zone and overcoming fear. Number 5. If you want to conquer fear, don't sit home and think about it. Go out and get busy. Dale Carnegie, if you do nothing about your fears, they will never go away. Choosing to stay at home in order to avoid your fears will simply make them worse. To overcome your worries, get out there and confront them. Every time you confront your fear, you will get a bit closer to conquering it. Continue putting yourself out there despite your discomfort in order to conquer your fears. Number 6. Don't be afraid of your fears. They're not there to scare you. They're there to let you know that something is worth it. See, at Joy Bell C, fear can be a sign that you value something, so pay attention when you experience it. Keep going forward and trying new things despite your fears. Accept the emotion instead and keep in mind that whatever comes will be worthwhile. Number 7. Living with fear stops us taking risks, and if you don't go out on the branch, you're never going to get the best fruit. Sarah Parrish, occasionally, it's good for you to take risks. It can support you in exploring new possibilities, making bold decisions, and leading a more satisfying life. You can only experience the best things in life by facing your fears, so don't let them stop you. Number 8. Trust yourself. You've survived a lot, and you'll survive whatever is coming. Robert 2. You are more resilient than you may believe, and you can overcome any challenge. You will notice that your concerns significantly lessen once you have faith that you are making the proper choices. You'll know you can endure anything when you have faith in yourself. Number 9. You gain strength, courage, and confidence by every experience in which you really stop to look fear in the face. You are able to say to yourself, I lived through this horror. I can take the next thing that comes along. Eleanor Roosevelt. It's normal to have fear occasionally, but you must confront your worries. You will get stronger, braver, and more self-assured as you confront your concerns. If you push through your concerns and keep moving forward, you can utilize it as a stepping stone for greater things to come. Number 10. When you confront the monster you fear the most, you'll defeat your fears. David D. Burns. The best method to overcome your fear is to face it head-on. Avoiding your anxieties or letting them control you will only make them worse. Don't let your fears prevent you from doing something. So that you can genuinely live your life, get out there and face your anxieties. Number 11. Expose yourself to your deepest fear. After that, fear has no power, and the fear of freedom shrinks and vanishes. You are free. Jim Morrison. Morrison advises exposing yourself to your worries if you want to get rid of them. You will grow less fearful of doing it again as you overcome your phobias one at a time. As time passes, you'll realize that your dread has vanished and is no longer a constant thought in your head. You won't need to worry about fear once it no longer has control over you. Number 12. Fear isn't only a guide to keep us safe, it's also a manipulative emotion that can trick us into living a boring life. Donald Miller. Although fear can occasionally be a sign that something is harmful, this isn't always the case. Being fearful is frequently a deceptive perspective that prevents you from trying new things or progressing. To distinguish between the two, simply consider whether you are in danger right now. If the response is no, you should confront your anxiety and go through whatever comes next. Number 13. I learned that courage was not the absence of fear, but the triumph over it. The brave man is not he who does not feel afraid, but he who conquers that fear. Nelson Mandela. Courageous and bold people occasionally feel fear, but they override it. They confront their anxieties with the knowledge that any suffering they feel is the beginning of something much better. Living the life you've always imagined requires facing your anxieties. Number 14. I promise you nothing is as chaotic as it seems. Nothing is worth poisoning yourself into stress, anxiety, and fear. Steve Mirabile. Take a step back and reevaluate the issue when you are terrified. As Mirabile points out, nothing is as horrible as it first appears. Overwhelming yourself with dread and negativity won't help. You can solve any situation. Instead, I ask that you take a moment to relax and find a way to address it. Number 15. I have learned over the years that when one's mind is made up, this diminishes fear. Knowing what must be done does away with fear. Rosa Parks. Make a choice if you can't seem to get over the fear you're experiencing. Making a choice will help you feel less afraid since you will know what to do next. Even though it might not totally allay your worries, it will at least help you feel a bit less anxious.